Yo, what is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy right here, MMA Reloaded. And you are watching MMA Reloaded, real talk, as real as it gets. We talk real, we never lie, cheat, and steal. And you know what, folks? Tonight, it is fight night. And you can find the breakdown for tonight's fight night. Alexander Volkov takes on Curtis Blades, and you can find the breakdown for Alexander Volkov versus Curtis Blades on our YouTube, on our Instagram page. My fault. This is live on YouTube, and we thank you here, folks, for joining us today. Episode 12, a very special episode, folks, for us because I sit with one of our boys, a guy I've had the chance to really chat to, and folks, he's been on the show before. Oh yeah, but now he's on the show on a bigger scale. Yeah, by that I mean he is not competing anymore for regional promotions. He is stuck in the biggest promotion of them all, the UFC. Just signed and fought his first fight on short notice against Daniel Rodriguez. Please, folks, give me a warm welcome for Gabriel Green. Gabriel will be joining us, folks. He is one of the most respectful and one of the toughest guys, you know. And after his anticipated UFC debut coming on short notice, Daniel Rodriguez is a beast, one of the fastest rising stars, folks. And to do what Gabriel Green did, it takes some balls, and I've got to tell you that right now. Gabriel's got those balls, folks. Let me just spit this right out to you. You can catch tonight's fight night breakdown on MMA Reloaded on Instagram. If you're a betting man, there are some fights I won't bet on, and there are some fights I would. If you look at tonight's card, folks, it's you've got tight fights like Lyman Good and Bilal Muhammad. I didn't bet on that one because that shit is so close. That is such a close fight, and all respect to Lyman Good for not backing out of this one due to the death of his father. Of course, with tomorrow being Father's Day, we have to pay that respect to Lyman Good. And for everyone who's lost their father overall. I mean, Father's Day, such a special, momentous occasion, folks, that it's a chance to sort of reflect on the good times, the memories with your family, and all respect to Lyman Good. That fight is going to be kick-ass, folks. It's going to be a show stealer coming into that one. He takes on Bilal Muhammad. Now, Bilal has always been a fan favorite. No one hates Bilal. You can't ever hate Bilal Muhammad, and I'll tell you that right now. For Bilal, though, tonight, and for Lyman, it's such a huge fight to grab the ball by the horns and sort of climb that ladder. They are fingertips away from being ranked at welterweight, and all it takes is an impressive win to get that next big fight, and that's exactly what I expect from this one here tonight. Your main event, though, is very, very, very interesting. Curtis Blades takes on Alexander Volkov, and for me, though, folks, for Volkov tonight, I have to say, he understands what it's like to be a champion. Hell, he's been a champion at Bellator, and he's had some big fights. The win he had against Fabricio Verdun was probably his biggest win. And you've got to think that coming off that, and then the loss against Derek Lewis, it's got to give a bit of insight into what is going through Volkov's mind. And Volkov is one of the most technically gifted and physically gifted heavyweight on planet Earth, folks. 6'7", yeah, and God knows how much he's walking around at. Probably 240, maybe around 250 pounds. A very lean 240, I have to say them, yeah. And for Curtis Blades, folks, it's that fight where Curtis Blades is gonna come in knowing that a win is gonna get him, uh, knowing that a win is gonna get Curtis Blades that championship shot. You have to think that Curtis Blades' championship shot um, is just right around the corner, and that he's going for it, man. He's going for this fight, folks. You you have to believe what you have to believe, folks, that this ain't gonna be just a regular fight. It's gonna be a brawl. Curtis Blades is gonna use his boxing and wrestling. Curtis Blades is gonna pressure. Um, Curtis Blades is gonna pressure Alexander Volkov. Drago, you have to think, folks, tonight he's gonna use his reach. He has that reach advantage, and he has the fact that he has that sort of technique, folks, where it's unorthodox. He uses his reach so well. And for Drago tonight, it's a huge fight to sort of knock Curtis Blades off that top contender spot and put himself in there. And I think a win against Curtis Blades will do that for him tonight. As we get ready and get set for the poddy with Gifted Gabriel Green, I'm so glad to get a chance to sit with him again. You know, folks, and join us on Monday, the 22nd of June 2020, as I sit with Back Sports page writer Ryan Truland. And folks, um, it's my first time sitting with someone other than a fighter, so that's going to be very interesting, folks, because it's going to be cutting edge. You're going to have that back and forth, the difference of opinion, debate, and I have to say that tonight's fight night, I'm pretty sure we're going to see some shocks, especially in the co-main event with Josh Emmett and Shane Burgos. So, and of course, folks, with the pay scale issue and all that going on in the UFC right now, Paulo Costa asking for $15 million, yeah, to both coach tough and fight Israel Adesanya. Yeah, that is ridiculous bullshit. And all right, let's move on from tonight's fight night to that exact issue. Look, yeah, bro, Paulo Costa is, he's never been one to complain about pay, because he's always had them big fights and he's got bonuses and stuff, you know what I mean? But let me tell Paulo Costa something, yeah? And this is coming from MMA Reloaded. Don't conform to what everyone else is doing. Paulo Costa, the eraser, Bohashinia, is already touted to be the next big thing. And after his performances, the power, the freakish athleticism and speed that he's shown in his performances has blown us all away. And I guarantee you that he will get paid healthily for that Israel Adesanya fight. But he's got to know that in this current state of the world today, you're not You're not gonna just walk into the UFC in the middle of coronavirus and get paid 15 million. It doesn't happen. The economy is at an all-time low, and you want $15 million for a championship fight. Look, fam, for for that championship fight, so anticipated, so hyped up. Everyone's waiting, everyone's marking the fuck out. You have to think that he's gonna get paid healthy for that fight. That's for sure. That is for sure, fam. You're gonna get paid healthy, not 15 mil. Hell no. Folks, if you want to hear my actual thought, yeah, because if I say it to you now, I'm gonna end up saying something wrong. Yeah, and we're live right now on YouTube, and I don't want to say that. Yeah. So I'm not really. I feel strongly about this issue because I feel fighters need to be a lot more grateful that they are employed and that they're working in our current stage. Fighters need to be, you know, fighters need to step down. Fighters like Jorge Masvidal and John Jones, step down from your high horse, yeah. Join us on fucking planet Earth and look at the economy and look at the situation. Do you think that you're gonna get paid Floyd Mayweather though for fighting Francis Ngannou at this current situation with COVID? No way. And the employment rate? Are you crazy? No way. I don't know what Jorge Masvidal's beef is. Couldn't come to terms with a fight with Kamaru Usman. Says he was strong-armed into taking it. To me, that decision is very, very simple. Yes or no. If someone offered me a championship fight, shit, I'm taking it for the purpose of becoming a champion. I'm not taking it for the purpose of, just bullshitting. You know what I mean? Yeah. I could wait for Gabriel Green. Folks, Gabe should be with us very, very soon. Just gotta, you know, nudge him a little bit. You know what I mean? Well, then, while we while we wait for Gabe, don't let my face fool you. He coming. He coming. Don't worry, Gabriel Green is not the type of guy to play out. And you gotta think I'm the first one to totally understand how busy his schedule must be. Even one of my other boys who made his UFC debut also, folks, against Tim Elliott. I hope to sit with Brandon Royval, and if I do, that one is going to be, oh man, I hope Jerome Rivera doesn't mind me doing that, man, because that's of course, his sworn rival in the world of MMA. Folks, this one is going to be a very, very, very interesting interview with myself and Gifted Gabriel Green for the second time. If you haven't caught the first interview, it's actually episode 3 on MMA Reloaded Real Talk. So you can catch that interview live on YouTube and you can see that how humble and how respectful Gabriel Green is. And there is no bullshitting this guy. Trust me. Yeah, he will be back in the UFC soon. And folks, I guarantee that there is a whole load of fights for Gabriel coming up in the octagon. You gotta think, man. Me and Gabe tonight, I'm gonna get into the nitty gritty of things, folks. And speaking of nitty gritty, UFC 251, one of the biggest cards, as the UFC returns to pay-per-view on Yas Island, aka Fight Island, right in Abu Dhabi, the paradise of Abu Dhabi. Folks, let me just holler at that for 2 seconds. Kamaru Usman versus Alexander Volkanovski. No, fuck, scrap it. My bad. Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns. Yes, Usman versus Burns. Sorry, folks, I was on Earth. I was not on Earth. Usman versus Burns. Now, folks, this fight has been criticized a lot for, does Gilbert Burns deserve this shot against Kamaru Usman for the belt? My answer is yes. He does. Let me tell you why he does. He's one of the hottest welterweights in the world right now. 6-fight win streak. Yeah? Most of them by stoppage. This guy will literally come at you with everything but the kitchen sink. Gilbert Burns has risen through the ranks from the bottom all the way up to the top. He has been in the UFC for a long time. He knows exactly what he has to do to win. And I've got to tell you, his brother is the same, Herbert Burns. Herb and Gil. Remember those names. And no doubt Gilbert Burns has a great chance of beating Kamaru Usman. Great jiu-jitsu to counteract Kamaru's wrestling. Great boxing. Great in the clinch. His kicks are fantastic. The way he changes levels on his kicks, fantastic. Number 2, Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovski, the rematch everyone wants to see for the featherweight championship. Max Holloway knows that in his first fight, it was not Max Holloway we saw. We saw someone else. Yeah? And we saw a guy who was not prepared for the explosion of Alexander Volkanovski. We saw a guy who knew where he was, but no one's home. Yeah? Max Holloway needs this win. He needs to regain his championship against Alexander Volkanovski, or he's fucked. Yeah, completely. Or you start right back from the drawing board. Volkanovski, on the other hand, I think he's being looked past as the UFC featherweight champion. I think he needs to stay focused on Max Holloway in this one, because I think Max is going to come out guns blazing. Look, Alexander Volkanovski was unknown to a lot of people before he came in and started destroying fools like no one I've ever seen. Don't let his size fool you. This is power. His rushing ability, the hands. You don't ever see his hands come. But his boxing is fantastic. It may get a little wild sometimes, which I think Max Holloway can read easily. But the speed, precision, it's all there for Alexander Volkanovski to retain his championship. And then, folks, we have Jose Aldo versus Petr Yan. bro, this one is gonna be something else, man. I gotta say, it's gonna be something which um you don't wanna miss. Yeah. Alright. So this is the sixth right now at bantamweight. Alright. Bantamweights are filled with the best right now. The most stacked division in UFC is that bantamweight division. It's a division where folks you kind of see not only one contender, not only two, but three, four, five, maybe six top guys ready and deserving of a championship shot. You cannot uh, ignore anyone at bantamweight. You know, Dominic Cruz, Marlon Moraes, Cody Garbrandt, Sean O'Malley. Um, you got Dominic Cruz, Cody, Sean, Aljamain Sterling, my fault, Aljo Sterling. You know what? And then you got guys like Cody Stamen and Rob Font ready to make their mark too. And so I have to say, or what goes through your head, or what goes through a guy's head when this shit happens? When you've got a bantamweight division so stacked, and pretend you're Sean Shelby for this one. Ultimate choice will be Aljamain Sterling, right? Enter featherweight legend Jose Aldo. Now, when Aldo came into the bantamweight division, it was a controversial loss against Marlon Moraes. You know, folks, and a lot of people thought that Aldo didn't look healthy going to 135, and you sort of you couldn't see how this one would actually play out. But Jose Aldo took that fight beautifully. It was unfortunate, but that's just the way shit goes. On the other side, Petr Yan is someone of mythical abilities. His strength, his striking is one of the best I've ever seen. His timing, his kicks, the way he puts it together, the way he changes levels. Petr Yan could very well walk out of UFC 251 as the new UFC bantamweight champion. Yeah, I just check where Gabriel is. Ladies and gentlemen, just give me 1 sec and I'll be right back. folks, while we still eagerly await Gifted Gabriel Green. I've got to say, it's going to be, oh man, it's worth the wait though, man. It's worth the wait, folks. Guarantee. Issues right now. So, folks, welcome back. I just tried to get in touch with Gifted Gabriel Green, who is going to sit with us here today for MMA Reloaded Real Talk episode 12. Folks, this one is, you know what, we've gone through UFC Fight Night tonight. As a betting man, go on your betting websites and look at it and see what you make of the fights and see how it plays out for you guys. You know what I mean? When you sort of look at tonight, folks, it's gonna be a great night, man. I mean, hell, it's Curtis Blades against Alexander Volkov. You can't go wrong. Also, folks, if you want to check out our UFC 251 breakdown, you can do that also on MMA Reloaded on Instagram. And also, folks, MMA Reloaded shirts are going to be available from the 28th of June, 2020. And folks, you best be ready for that one because, hell, MMA Reloaded is coming with more than just kick-ass podcasts. We're coming with more than just Instagram posts, than just Facebook. We're coming with our own clothing line. Yeah, folks, MMA Reloaded clothing line. DM me MMA Reloaded on Instagram. If you're not following us, I suggest you do follow it. And you will, I will personally respond to you whatever design you want. If you want it personalized, we can do that too, folks. Message me and DM me for prices and price lists. Let me just reiterate here, folks, because obviously we are eagerly awaiting Gifted Gabriel Green to come in, you know, and you gotta think he's in the gym training. He's a great family man. Yeah, also, but I respect him. If you don't show up, then I will show up. You know what I mean? But folks, this is a Reloaded Real Talk show where we talk real, never lie, cheat, and steal. The thing is tonight and tonight's introduction is going to be something where fans aren't going to watch prelims. Yeah, fans don't watch prelims anymore, right? They stick to main cards unless it's a pay-per-view. My message to fans right now: watch the prelims of tonight's card. You'll be off your seat with the prelims for this one, man. Folks, we'll be right back with hopefully we Gifted Gabriel Green. Welcome back, folks, to MMA Reloaded Real Talk. Gabriel Green is delayed right now for to come on the show. So, folks, we are still expecting him. We will not disappoint you tonight. And addressing while we're waiting, feel free to go on MMA Reloaded on Instagram, give it a follow, and give us a follow also on Facebook as well, and on YouTube right here. Well, I've had great guests, folks, here over the podcast, so I can't really, I can't complain. And of course, folks, you never know what goes on in their daily lives, and being fighters, they're busy as hell. They train, trying to get back in shape, get back to the drawing board. It's all about, it's all about honor and tradition. And I don't care if I have a guest right now or I don't, right? Because what I say and how I say it is facts. And I will tell you right now, yeah, mixed martial arts is something that is very close to my heart. There are mixed martial arts fighters, different styles, shapes, sizes, paces, how they dictate their action. My theory on martial arts overall is because normally I classify one championship as being pure martial arts. People say to me, well, what's the difference between that and UFC? My thing is, with the difference, there's a lot more respect in ONE FC than the UFC. There isn't bad press for the ONE FC guys. They're on their Instagram, they promote positivity, hard work, motivation. On the UFC's Instagram, oh shit, Jorge Masvidal goes back and forth with Dana White, or you have so many fighters going off on Joe Silva from 1996, folks, here till I think 2010. Joe Silva was the man making fights. He made your fights, fam. And without Joe Silva, I'm pretty damn sure that half those guys talking shit wouldn't have got the title fights they had, or wouldn't have got the big fights they had, or you know what? And if someone like Brendan Schaub, or someone like if someone was told by Joe Silva that they didn't belong in the UFC, you don't cry, man. You don't cry. You take it on stride. You take it on the fucking chin. And you tell Joe Silva, bro, fuck you. I will be back in the UFC. I will work my ass off. I will knuckle the fuck up. And I will get my ass right back where I belong, in the octagon. Gerald Harris, who was an Ultimate Fighter competitor and a man touted as being the next Rampage Jackson. Yeah, folks, he comes in, right? He looks so impressive. Yeah, great athlete, great wrestling. Comes in, right? He has the audacity to say that Joe Silva told him, look, Joe Silva told me I was never going to be amounts to anything in MMA and UFC. So, what do you tell Joe Silva? Tell him to shove his opinion up his ass. You say to him, bro, this is who I am. Now, if you don't like it, you can go stick it. Yeah? And this is what I have a problem with in the UFC. Guys think they're larger than life. So guys think they're larger than the fucking company. Guys think they're larger than the public. Guys think they're larger than humanity. Bro, the reason you join the UFC for pay, but for the love of fighting, for the love of the sport. That's why you join the UFC. Otherwise, then what the fuck are you doing? If you're not here to be the best, get out. There's all this talk about the GOAT. Who is the GOAT? But what's GOAT? Greatest of all time. My ass. People say the greatest of all time is Anderson Silva's striking, Khabib's grappling, Conor McGregor's attitude, um, Tony Ferguson's kicks, and Tony Ferguson's toughness. See, look what you're doing there. You're combining best of the best to make one elite fighter, right? So if you're combining the best of the best to make one elite fighter, then you're essentially calling those guys the greats. Yeah, you're essentially calling those guys the world's best. You're not really, just naming one fighter. You're not saying Anderson Silva's the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? Yeah, people think that, and if these are new MMA fans, right, folks? They think that, oh shit, Conor McGregor just knocked out Eddie Alvarez. He's the greatest of all time. No, not by a dog's long shot. Yeah, mixed martial arts spans all the way back to the early 90s. Martial arts itself spans all the way back hundreds and hundreds of years. Guys like Zabit, Sean O'Malley, guys like Yair Rodriguez, Shane Burgos, just to name a few. Those are the guys that you can tell really work on their talent, really love what they do. So many others in that list, folks. But those are the guys, just some of them, yeah? Well, I think if you look at how they fight and how their style is, they look at putting on a show, but they put on a show using technique, pace, precision, power, athleticism. You sort of think that why do fans play UFC 3? Well, when they don't understand, man. Or why do fans watch? People think that Conor McGregor brought eyeballs to the sport. Yeah, bro, he brought eyeballs to the sport, but the wrong kind of eyeball. He bought eyeballs for himself, not for anyone else. People think that, fans thought that Conor McGregor brought eyeballs to the sport. People still don't know who half the fighters are. Yeah, Conor McGregor, they know who Conor McGregor is. Because Conor McGregor was smart. He bought the eyeballs for himself. He didn't bring the eyeballs for anyone else. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when Conor McGregor, now retired or supposedly retired, what's he going to be remembered for? Being double champ, never defending the title, which means he's a pussy, which means he can walk one hurdle, which means he can jump one hurdle, but doesn't jump the hurdles when they matter. Yeah, it's one thing to win the championship belt, but it's another to go in there and defend it. Then that just makes you a paper champion. You know what? You kind of think that the UFC, Bellator, PFL, ONE FC, all the same. No. PFL. Moving on to PFL, right? PFL is one of the biggest, is one of the most different, unique MMA organizations. Run by Sugar Ray Sefo, endorsed by Mike Tyson. Randy Couture is on the commentary desk. Formerly the WSOF, the birthplace of Justin Gaethje. Where the promotion with Tyrone Spong was the where Tyrone Spong came in and made his MMA debut, where Anthony Rumble Johnson resurrected his career. People don't understand what goes in to these promotions. PFL's scoring system is very different. PFL's way of running it is very different. And people don't understand why PFL. I don't understand why PFL doesn't get more attention. The tournament, you got a new champion. You got like a gauntlet type shit going on, where the guy who won the guy who won the championship and $1 million season before comes into the new season. No champion, but in that guy's mind, he's thinking, holy shit, I have to run the gauntlet again, go back in and regain my championship. And also I want to give a little message to ESPN. Take this right as a cover letter or a CV or a resume, as you say. Listen to this. I want you to listen close. No swearing. Broadcasting and analyzing mixed martial arts is my passion. I haven't got a guest on right now. I'm still waiting for Gabriel. And hopefully I still have the attention of my listeners. I'm MMA Reloaded. There's no one else. This goes to ESPN. It goes to BT Sport. Where I say I, not we, because there's no one else here. Broadcasting MMA is my passion. Being who I am, charisma, the personality, the knowledge. That's what it takes to stand in front of the camera. Shit, I'm better than Stephen A. Smith. Damn. Who the fuck Stephen A. Smith? Dry-lipped. SOB. Don't know shit. Yeah? I'm better than Brendan Fitzgerald. I deserve to go and be a part of the UFC. No doubt. Anyone who's listening to this, yeah, I deserve to be a part of the UFC. ESPN, if you're listening, I hope you are. I'll be tagging you in this. I know my stuff. Yeah? I can commentate the show by myself. This and me, I'm the future of MMA broadcasting. That's just the way it is. Folks, now that I got that off my fucking chest, let me just see what Gabe's doing right now. What's going on, folks? Still no word from Gabriel. What I'll do, folks, is we will come back on the air once we get a response from Gabriel Green. This edition, though, this rant that I've done, will be posted on YouTube there as well. It's live right now. Yeah, if you want to listen to it, you can listen to it. There's no guest. Just facts and breakdown, and that's all it is to it. Folks, hopefully sometime tonight I'll be back with Gabriel Green, and hopefully we can get this show on the road. But ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for tonight. Hopefully I can be back on the air with Gabriel live and direct for episode 12 part 2. Never had to do that before, but that's just the way this game works, folks. I know he was celebrating with his family last night, so I don't really hate on anyone, man. Family comes first. I love my family too. Thank you.